responsibility. It's about communities, individuals preparing ahead of time to create a more resilient response and region. There are important steps individuals and families can take to be prepared. First off, staying informed. Follow the forecast closely, tune into your preferred weather app or local media, and keep an eye on official channels from the city and the county. Preparing at home means having blankets, a flashlight, batteries, and a power source to charge a phone in case there's a loss of power or emergency alert. Please don't go out in the extreme cold if you don't have to. When you're outside, dress for the conditions. Dress in layers, cover exposed skin, and limit your time outside. Prepare your vehicle as well. What does that mean? Having at least a half full tank of gas, making sure you have a winter weather kit in your vehicle. That includes blankets, warm clothing, and appropriate supplies in case you get stuck. It's also a great time to check on friends and neighbors that may need assistance during the extreme cold, especially those at greater risk, like our elderly adults and people with chronic illness. Remember that pets and animals are also vulnerable. If it's too cold for you to be outside, it's likely too cold for your pets to be outside. Bring pets indoors and make sure livestock have shelter and unfrozen water. Finally, if you need non-emergency help for things like utilities, food, emergency sheltering, call the Pikes Peak United Way 211 for assistance. Please be safe, stay warm, and stay connected. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Next, we'll hear from Amy Cox, the City of Colorado Springs Chief Housing Officer, to talk a little bit about the city's efforts to support those people in our region experiencing homelessness. Amy?
Thank you. I'm going to start with the bottom line up front. It's dangerously cold, especially for people who are living outside and in their vehicles. We're urging everyone to come inside and stay warm. We're making additional resources available so that everyone who seeks shelter can find it. And we are also providing additional transportation so our neighbors can get to those shelters. And that's what I will talk about here for the next few minutes. The city has put its cold weather sheltering plan into action, and there are two main shelters in our community for adults. The first one is the Springs Rescue Mission, which is located just south of us on West Las Vegas Street. The second is the Sanctuary Church, operated by Hope Colorado Springs, and that is located on West Colorado Avenue on our city's west side. These shelters provide safe places to stay, meals, and other support. So if you need support, or if you know anyone or see anyone who needs support, please encourage them to go to either of these locations. We also have shelter for families. You can find shelter at the Salvation Army Hope Center, which is in downtown on South Sierra Madre Street. And when the Hope Center fills up, we do have additional resources provided by Catholic Charities to help families find safe shelter. We are also helping people get to these shelters. With the low temperatures expected this weekend, Mountain Metro Transit will provide rides to shelters through the end of service on Sunday, January 25th. And this is how this works. Anyone seeking shelter can board a city bus from any bus stop and let the driver know they are seeking shelter. Riders will not be required to pay a fare. They will not be required to show a pass. If the shelter is not on that bus route, then the driver will certainly take riders to the downtown terminal where they can transfer to a bus that services our approved warming shelters. People are available to assist, and I just want to give a shout out to our bus drivers. As somebody who rides the bus, these folks are well trained to navigate our streets in this extreme weather, severe weather, and are great sources of information on what's available on their routes. Our top priority right now is protecting lives, and in these conditions, the risk of injury or death is real. And Mayor Yemi talks about the importance of leading with compassion, and keeping residents safe is one way we can all model compassion. The city is coordinating additional shelter, we are coordinating additional transportation services, but our collective well-being depends on our neighbors taking care of each other. So while the city helps to coordinate this effort, we don't do it alone. Our community partners play a key role in this response, and our local nonprofits depend on community support to deliver these services. So I want to thank our partners, Hope Colorado Springs, Springs Rescue Mission, Catholic Charities, the Salvation Army, Mountain Metro Transit, the Pikes Peak United Way, and so many others. We have churches, we have outreach workers who are providing support and leaning in to help people in these most difficult times, but also every day of the year. So if you want to help these organizations, we recommend you visit their websites, go to their social media pages, and get more information. And we certainly have information on the city's webpage, which I'm sure we'll share at the end of this. So thank you very much. Please stay safe, stay warm.
Thank you very much, Amy. Next, we'll hear from Ashley Franco, the Public Information Officer for the Colorado Springs Fire Department, about the efforts of our fire department as well as our police department to support our region and our residents during this cold weather snap.
All right, thank you, Eric. I'm going to talk just a little bit about the public safety aspect of what we're doing, what we're seeing right now. I want to talk first just about home heating. We see a very high number of fires in December, January, and February that are attributed to home heating. So we really want to make sure that people are out there heating their homes safely, especially during these frigid temperatures. So if you're using space heaters, we want to make sure that those are 3 feet away from any combustibles that you may have in your home. We've already experienced a fire yesterday within a van that a heating device tipped over and caught the van on fire. So we really want people to be cautious with those devices that they're using. If you are using a gas-powered fireplace, making sure that your CO detectors are working in working order and that you're heating your home safely with that. If you are using a fireplace that uses wood, just a natural burning fireplace, we want to make sure that those are already upkept before you're starting a fire with them. We have already seen several fires this year due to buildup in those chimney flues, and we really want to keep our community safe as they're, hunkering down and seeing these cold temperatures. Next, I want to talk about our HOP team, our homeless outreach program. They are actively out right now driving around. They've already let me know that they've picked up several people to take them to the shelters. So they're going to continue to do that throughout the day and just ensure that our homeless population is being safe, very much like Amy said. We're out there. We want to make sure that they're getting to where they need to go to keep them protected from these frigid temperatures. The other thing I want to touch on is road safety. You know, we get these cold snaps and the roads become very, very dangerous. We say it every single time we have a snowstorm, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't heed this warning. They ignore it and they decide that they're going to try to be invincible. I want to make something very clear. You cannot be invincible from a morgue. We want people to return home safely to their families. Additionally, we want our first responders to be safe. We've had an instance this year where a firefighter was hit by a car during a traffic response when a car slid on a road and hit that firefighter. Please look out for, our public works crews, our first responders that are out there working these traffic accidents. If you don't have to be out, don't go out on the roads. Additionally, if you want to track any road closures or accident alerts, make sure to follow our Colorado Springs Police Department. You can get any updates on their X platform, and they'll be able to let you know what closures are in place and if they're on accident alert.
Thank you, Ashley. Obviously, during cold weather, our utilities become paramount to our survival and our comfort. And so we'll hear from Brian Babcock, the General Manager of System and Field Operations with Colorado Springs Utilities, on tips that the utility providers have for residents during this cold weather. Brian?
Yeah, thank you, Eric. First of all, I'd like to always appreciate the opportunity to partner with our community, other agencies in our community as we support the community and our shared customers. So as we've been tracking the weather coming in, we do certainly our first priority is always the safety of our employees, the safety of our customers, and the safety of our community. In that, we are preparing for the weather to ensure that we can deliver service. This kind of storm that we're seeing, we're not expecting really damaging type weather to our infrastructure, but it does tax the infrastructure in terms of extra demand on our gas and electric system primarily. So we are ensuring the ongoing reliable operation of those systems and ensuring that any activities we're doing now doesn't interrupt that service. Should something happen, we are prepared 24/7. We have crews on standby across all the services to ensure that we can respond very quickly and restore service in a very safe, measured manner. So we are ready to do that. It's a little more unique going into the weekend, so different types of activities are occurring, but we'll have folks available to provide service no matter what the time of the day is. The generation side and the natural gas side of the business is a little interesting in terms of that demand. So we ensure that we have our propane air plant available for operation. We ensure our natural gas resources are available through our normal process to ensure that those resources are available. We also have our Jackson Fuller battery available for extra demand on electric system. That's out east at our Fuller substation. So that'll be in use over this cold weather snap. And we're just ready to go. The other interesting thing is it's a good opportunity to check your appliances and the proper operation of those appliances that are serving your homes and businesses. As Ashley mentioned, space heaters are a common thing, and we also just want to reinforce that you're using proper space heaters so you don't create an environment that's hazardous to yourself. It's always a good time to check the furnace and air filters, things like that, for proper operation and efficiency, so it saves you a little on the consumption side. Check those batteries in your CO monitors and smoke detectors so everything's working properly. It's a good opportunity to go off and do that. And if we do have an outage, you can certainly check our outage map on csu.org. If you need to report an outage or report some other system issue, please do call 719-668-4800. And you can also go to our website for additional efficiency tips during these cold weather spells. So again, thank you, and we'll be there should you need us.
Thank you, Brian. And last but not least, we'll hear from Corey Farkas, the City of Colorado Springs Operations and Maintenance Division Manager in Public Works, about the snowplow operations that will have already commenced and will be going throughout the weekend. Corey?
Good morning, everybody. Bit of a reoccurring theme up here today. It's a little bit cold outside. As of 6 a.m. this morning, our Public Works Operations and Maintenance Division had operators on the road in a partial call out. Those operators are out there monitoring roadways, treating roadways as needed. At this point in time, we haven't had enough snow to really plow anything, but they are out there treating hills, roadway, bridges, and overpasses throughout the city, and again, monitoring our roadway conditions. We have a scheduled shift change at noon today for our PM shift to come in. That is also scheduled to be a partial call out currently. As conditions start to worsen throughout the day, we expect the temperatures to maintain and even start dropping throughout the day, and the snow to start picking up. So we have all of our other operators on standby currently, so that if we need to shift gears and call in a full call out, we have the capability to do that rather quickly. The extreme temperatures that we're seeing is a little bit of a different storm than we've had so far. We've had some what we would consider a warmer storm with higher snow amounts earlier in the season. This one, we're expecting smaller snow amounts, but extremely cold temperatures. Some pros and cons to that is that it didn't start raining prior to the snow falling, and then you get the falling temperatures, and that's when the ice starts to build up on the roadway. It got cold first on this storm, and then started to snow, which is why you're starting to see that blowing snow on the roadways. We expect to continue to see that. That being said, Timing is everything on these storms, and without having school closures and businesses closing throughout the day, we fully expect there to be quite a bit of traffic on the road this afternoon and this evening when school gets out and when rush hour happens. When that does happen and we have that influx of traffic on the roadways, it makes it far more difficult for our crews to be able to efficiently do their job out there and plow the roads and treat. So that being said, again, as you heard earlier, if you have the capability of staying home, please do. The less traffic that we have on the roadways, the more efficient we can be with our jobs. That being said, if you do need to go out, if you're picking kids up from school, please give yourself extra time when you're out there. And if you do see a plow, give them plenty of space. Our operators are out there in a large piece of equipment. They're not just driving, they're operating a piece of equipment that's got a plow on the front and a sander on the back. So they're trying to do multitasking while in bad weather in a large piece of equipment. And just because you can see them doesn't mean they can see you. So please give them plenty of space out there and allow them to do their job so they can make those roads safer for everybody out there. With that, I'll take any questions.
So starting at noon is when we're going to see plows out on the road?
No, you saw plows out on the road as of 6 a.m. this morning in a partial call out. Again, all of our operators, we had a partial call out this morning, noon shift change with a partial call out scheduled with the capability of changing that to a full call out at any point in time if we see Mother Nature changing what the weather folks said that she was actually going to do.
In regards to the buses, will those run for the homeless or who need to be sheltered? Will those run 24/7? You may have said it, and if you did, I apologize.
No, they'll run the bus service hours, and I am not clear what those hours are. So, yeah, we'll get that.
Are there other questions for any of our speakers? Well, and just a reminder, all of these resources will be posted on pproem.com, both in terms of the extreme cold resources that are available to residents and guidance for them, as well as our sheltering plan, and has that bus information and phone numbers that people in the community can call if they do see someone that they think does need assistance in getting to a shelter. There's a phone number that they can call, and we can coordinate that for them. Thank you for attending today. I really appreciate our media partners coming out to help spread the safety messages for our community. And everyone have a safe weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to, I sit over.